Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading. Let's see if I can do this left-handed. Left, go to the left. Welcome into your reading with me, Melissa Joy. This week, we're taking a look at love and happiness. So we're just clearing away any of the smudges, the scars, the old evidence telling you that you're unworthy or things are challenging or difficult or having to step off other people who be getting all in your business. We're just clearing all that away from your energy field. And we are inviting in the truth, the beauty of the truth. Oh, ring that bell, friend. Okay, so I do know that they're wanting a little spiritual assistance, and maybe it's because all of us, remember, we're the whole zodiac. Taurus has been in an afflicting, difficult position because the nodes spin retrograde. It's like us trying to go to the past to figure it out, how to not have that happen in the future, or how to extricate ourselves or find our divine child, or all these other things, the proof, the evidence, the aha moments to take us forward. So it's interesting. Who is that? Remph, the angel of time. Speaking of time, 111. Gabby was coming in, and that is judgment, but it also is known as severity. So how to move past the severity and to get into the balance point. So you might want to check out Libra when it comes along. Don't you know? I love it when Antipas comes on in. Look at that. Can you see that hand, that stiff arm that's like, step off, my friend, not now. And without having to use words to explain yourself, they're saying, don't explain, because explaining is draining. It's just you moving forward in your purpose, putting the nodes behind you, those things that spin you out of control and create this, like, it's like a plasma drain, kind of like a black hole does to our light. This drains our potential, it drains our dreams. It's like a flushing of a toilet, everything going down the drain. So it's very draining, and they're putting that back behind us because that kept attracting more challenges, maybe more squares in your chart, maybe more afflictions, things to overcome. I don't know. My name is Joy, which means overcomer, right? I do go by Melissa Joy at this channel though. So anyways, this is the night flower, the nightshade, being able to put that to rest. Why? So you can be your best. That's Metatron's cube coming on in here. Metatron, you don't have to prove anything to Metatron. Metatron is your proof. That is like divine wisdom, gifts of knowledge. It's the helps coming along like a light shining on your path right in front of you. It's when we try and just shoot a laser ray on down that we're kind of like squandering our energy, because they're really wanting us to stay in a closer space right now, because we are in such a dynamic transition, moving from 400 years of Earth into the plasma, or AKA the air, but really it's the plasma. And these energies are having to shed themselves, not just in our experience, but we're talking about like 250 years of karma. That's big. Okay, we don't have the scope here. It would blow our mind wide open in the spontaneous combustion. And I would like you to be here to enjoy everything that is coming away, my friend. So let's see what that is, because this week's highlight of what is coming in is love and happiness. Look at this. The dolphins and the hummingbird, hello. How much better could we get? So they're dancing through, they're telling me they're dancing through your watery energies, your emotion field, your connection, your relationships, to freshen the water, to purify the water with sonic blasts, and to bring in, to clear, clear narcissism from your family line. Now we're talking about predators, okay, and the prey. Things that have been eating up your joy and feasting on your joy. It doesn't matter if you're like me and you're happy and everlasting joy, that thing that just keeps encroaching and feeding upon and eating faster than you can outrun it. Kind of like the movie The Nothing, right? But I love it because Hummingbird is bringing in our truth, which is actually what we would call the future tomorrow. It's coming in to greet us and meet us and kiss us in our face right now, today. So that is the background. These are physical manifestations, but is switching from that earthen energy of feeling like we have to earn it, deserve it, or do hard things.
That was easy.
Because hard is not the opposite of easy. Diseasy is. And you don't want to be no diseasy. The Emperor and the Six of Cups. Coming into stable union, stable relationship, where you inherit no 505 from the past. That gives you a little breathing room there, friend. I see you. Why are you doing this? Anything else here for I hear you. Okay. I love it when they volunteer like that. So, friend, this week it's either the love and happiness coming in for you, or it lets us know wherever the block is or the snag that seems to be holding things off so that we can move on through. So, move on over this. Saying Queen of Pentacles. She's wanting to step in place of the Empress. Now, what they were teaching me in meditation the other day is those that are often predated on by clinical narcissists are people who stand in the Empress energy. That's man or woman, because the Empress is the divine action of God coming on forward, or self, spirit, guide, whatever you want to call it, okay? And here they're supplanting it with the Queen of Pentacles. It's being fully connected to your body, your bank account, so that you don't believe anything has to occur outside of your energy. Being complete and expanding that oneness with self beyond the universe into the multiverse. Because as we know, knowing our own space and energy is what makes it all work. It's what keeps the 0 point. It's what allows us to live as a fool unto life, staying in the balance so that we're not played, nor are we players, right? We're doing away with the game. We have graduated from Life University, no longer tethered or tied to a desk, grades, tests, temptations, whatever else. We're able to freely move about and be liberated to what? Live our lives. Yay for us, Taurus. Now, under that seems to be a tower. Maybe this is a big wake up and shake up point, because it seems to be at the tipping point of the mind. But when we are in the center and we do not fear, we're not getting thwarted or pushed over this way or that. When those energies come to kind of dislodge us, imagine it like a sheet of paper, okay? And here's the center point. And these energies come trying to push us here and make us act one way or to run or to whatever. And we're like, no, okay, I feel you. But I have this adjustment here. I'm liberated. I'm out in space like our planet. I know how to move and come right back. And it's not dodgy energy, but it's overcoming that Neptune fork, that Neptune power, because they've been teaching me that Neptune is the one that inflicted the Chiron wound, thinking we are unloved or unlovable or out of place or out of time or out of space, or maybe overrunning or too much. All of those things, are they sounding familiar, friend? So that's what's coming in here, is to cause us to stir up some fear, and then that kicks off that whole cycle. And it will stay that way until we what? Forgive. And they're saying it, the forgiveness isn't so much about the others as it is this tether that it created, that when we begin to do that, we're actually bringing ourselves back to a center point. And this is where divinity flows completely, freely, and uninhibited. Unlimited, okay? Limitless. And they're telling me that catapults us into this glorious world. And I love it, because Estabus is like, that's Estabus. Keeping the balance of like, oh, no, thank you. Remember, she's silent. Coming in silently, see that position of the mind, your crystal ball, seeing things crystal clear. Not a them versus us, a you versus me, a here versus there. It's none of that. That's what gets us out of it and lodges us and traps us into the injustice of space and time. It gets us stuck on the spider web, the gribbler. Things are nibbling underneath. No more. No more working hard from the 9 to 5, okay? But it gets you stuck in the grid, which is like the web. And if you're stuck in the web, spider doesn't get stuck on the web. So then you're dinner, okay? And we need to do away with that devour and be able to have the delight of our soul and honeybee, especially this one right there. Connect with that honeybee if you like. It is like yes and amen. Thank you, friend. But I love it. It's lighting up this whole world, pollinating this world. Imagine this like the center of a daisy, and no more they love me not. I love me not. It's like, be the bee. And being is what extends from amming. That's why they took us into the amness, the who we are, because the being is the what we do with the who we are. And then it extends from there into the how, the why, the whatever else as we begin to live. But the magic is right where the am and the be meet, the A and the B. Okay, then we get on to the rest of the alphabet, but that fires up the cosmic mind and it gets the delight going. Oh, Estebus took over, Rova. And it gets the sparkles, the ignition of where the heart and mind connect and begin to hum and resonate together. We could say speaking the same language, understanding one another, because that's where true understanding comes from. And it's understanding beyond our earthen. That's why we don't need the proof. That's why Estebus is like, step off, because we're not moving around for the them, the those, the this, the there, the archetypes, the whatever anymore. The fool's journey, the greatest thing can just be being a fool into life, being connected and letting that O, that zero be your ship. And everywhere you go, there you are. It's always in the balance point of what? Your own joyous, truthful self. So let's see what the Tower is trying to tell us about over here in this past energy. The Nine of Cups. Now this Nine of Cups is showing up at one that was very isolated, very personal, and not personal like, oh, meaningful, more like as each thing came in, it made you feel more separate, more alone, more different, and therefore it could indicate quite a bit of pain and suffering, of feeling left out, lingering, wanting for more, hoping for things to go your way, which is very much a tipping of the mind. It's coming back to like this moon Neptune, that wound coming in, when really they're telling you to come into your heart, come into your sacred heart. Now, can y'all give me a little assistance here for Nine of Cups, please, of coming into the sacred heart, so that there isn't the isolation and all eyes on you and feeling like things are you, and you. All by yourself in this. Okay, so you may want to check out the Aries read, because that is where nature steps in to take its course. Yep, hell freezing over. So having to stay in this state of protection, trying to protect the seed, when actually nature is longing for the seed to be sown into the soil and let it take its course. They will take care of it for you. And more than protective, it's more of a guardianship, more of a glow up is what they're talking about. Get down, jungle boogie, getting on that stuff. You see, those are the things that get you trapped and begin to think about doing this right, or did I do that wrong, or making the better decision, or this versus that. It starts getting you into that swinging scale and weighing it out, and it's only a minute before it starts to slide, okay? And as we know, if things are heavy, remember the gravity coming into play. If you're stuck on the web, it goes downhill. And that's not the desire here. Estebus is up on the level, walking in the upper atmosphere. They're talking about the King's Highway, what? The world, the Queen of Pentacles, all of that. This is coming of you, because look, even the polar bear is so sick and tired of being here. It is like, liberate us. No more of that. All right, friend. So let's do away with the spider and see what we have. We have sacrifice in the bull. So lately, this Seven of Swords has been coming through it. The channel has been talking about self-sacrifice. And they're saying self-sacrifice serves no one. Staying in the connection, staying in the trust, because sacrifice is a cutting and a slicing off, all right? The only time that slicing off is relevant is when we prune out in the springtime, and nature's like, let me prune you. Let the divine gardener prune you. Hummingbirds coming in, going, there's an appropriate time to prune, and you might not know that. If you prune at the inappropriate time, you'll prohibit the flowers from coming forth, and therefore your soul will feel like this and go into this starvation mode, okay? Because when you're not being fed, you're being predated upon, all right? So I hope this has helped, Taurus. I'm glad you stopped by to see me. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. They are free as always, and they help us rise to the top. Also, you could click, what was that? No. Leave your comments or compliments down below. For me, yourself, celebrate yourself at this page. I mean, it is joy to the world. What? Your world, my world, all of us. And let me hear more about you. I'd love to. Okay? Stop back by. Check out the whole zodiac. Maybe even the Aries read. Bye.